George and Amal Clooney have long been one of Hollywood's most admired power couples. He, the charming Oscar-winning actor who took decades to finally settle down. She, the brilliant international human rights lawyer with beauty and grace to match her fierce intellect. When the two tied the knot in Venice in 2014, fans around the world believed they were witnessing a real-life love story that transcended the glitter and drama of Hollywood. With their philanthropic efforts, stunning red carpet appearances, and even the arrival of their twins, the Clooneys appeared untouchable, flawless, even. But behind every glossy photo op and award show appearance, there are whispers, rumors that something darker might be brewing behind closed doors. And now, those whispers have exploded into headlines. Sources close to the Clooneys began leaking subtle hints that Amal had been growing increasingly distant from George. Once inseparable, they were now being spotted less frequently in public. Amal, usually radiant by George's side, started attending major events solo. Rumors of tension were brushed off by insiders as busy schedules or normal married life, but for fans who have followed the couple closely, the change was impossible to ignore. Then came the real shocker, a series of photos and private messages leaked to the press, allegedly linking George Clooney to a stunning woman half his age. The media went into a frenzy, and what was once a whisper became a deafening roar. Could George Clooney, who waited so long to settle down, really be stepping out on Amal? While George has remained tight-lipped about the swirling allegations, Amal Clooney has broken her silence in a way only she can, classy, composed, but absolutely devastating. In a private but now leaked conversation with a close friend, Amal is reported to have said, "I knew something wasn't right. You can only overlook the signs for so long." Those words hit hard. For someone like Amal, who has built her career on truth and justice, dealing with infidelity behind the scenes must have been an excruciating burden. And now, it appears she's no longer willing to cover up what may be a betrayal that cuts to the core of her identity, not just as a woman, but as a wife who believed in her husband's integrity. Insiders reveal that Amal's inner circle has been urging her to take time for herself, to reflect, and possibly even consider separation. While no official legal steps have been confirmed, Amal is reportedly consulting with her legal team, not about George's finances or career, but about how best to protect their children, their shared assets, and her own emotional well-being. For years, George Clooney cultivated a reputation as one of Hollywood's most lovable leading men. Known for his charm, charisma, and wit, he was seen as the ultimate bachelor-turned-family man. But this scandal threatens to unravel everything he has worked so hard to rebuild in the public eye. Friends say that George has been reckless lately, indulging in long nights away from home, questionable new friendships, and secret meetings in exotic locations. One report even places him in a private European villa with a mysterious brunette just weeks before his latest public appearance with Amal. It was the ultimate act of deception, a double life he thought he could keep hidden from the world, and from his wife. Now, with Amal's alleged revelations coming to light, George is facing a tidal wave of scrutiny, not just from the media, but from fans who once saw him as the reformed Hollywood heartthrob. The big question on everyone's mind is this: can their marriage survive this scandal? Some say yes, that George will fight to keep his family together, and that Amal, as a woman of compassion and intelligence, may choose the path of forgiveness. But others argue that once trust is broken at this level, especially in such a public and humiliating way, there may be no going back. What we do know is that Amal Clooney is not a woman to be underestimated. Her silence all these years wasn't weakness, it was strategy. And now that the truth may be unraveling, Amal is emerging not as a victim, but as a woman who stood tall through betrayal, heartbreak, and deception. At this point, all eyes are on George and Amal Clooney. Will George make a public statement? Will Amal take legal action or file for divorce? Will they attend their next scheduled public event together, or at all? The world is watching. And while Hollywood scandals are nothing new, this one hits differently. Because if even George and Amal, seemingly the gold standard of modern celebrity marriage, can be torn apart by infidelity, what hope does that leave for the rest of us? Only time will tell whether this is truly the end for one of the most admired couples in the world, or just a very public storm they will eventually weather together. But one thing is certain: Amal Clooney's shocking revelation has shattered the illusion of perfection, and now, the truth can no longer be denied. If you made it this far, then you know this story is far from over. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and tap that notification bell, because we'll be bringing you every twist, every update, and every behind-the-scenes revelation as this jaw-dropping saga unfolds. And if you have thoughts on this situation, do you think George Clooney really betrayed Amal? Or is this all just media spin? Let us know in the comments below.